Hi dear friends and subscribers of Cricket Happenings. Welcome to this edition of this Cricket Happening show. And the test matches are all over between Australia and India, but now the focus is shifting on to the T20 competition. There are going to be two T20s which are going to be played, and the first of the T20s tomorrow starts at a new stadium, the Homebush Stadium here in Sydney. And this is going to be something like a dress rehearsal before the Tri-Series actually kicks off on 5th of February between Australia versus India at the MCG. And also Sri Lanka is another participant in that Tri-Series. Now first, so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do a brief preview of the first T20 match tomorrow, which is going to take place between Australia and India at Homebush Stadium in Sydney. Well, for Australia, the one thing that is going to be very keenly seen, as I covered it yesterday too, they have a new captain. There's a new side as far as Australia is concerned, because now this is a certain sort of a preparation for the World T20, which will be played in Sri Lanka. As you know, it is going to be coming up soon. So this is basically the preparation for the future 2020 matches, because everyone would like to actually win the T20 World Cup, and so every team is probably building upon its resources, trying to test new talent, trying to test new faces. So that's what they're doing, and Australia is also doing precisely that. And they have George Bailey, a very little known figure, who has not played any international cricket. He will be making his debut as the Australian captain tomorrow. His name is George Bailey. He's a good middle order batsman. And above all, what is going to be very good to see is his captaincy skills. The chief of selectors has felt that the chief of selectors and the Australian think tank, which is also including the captain, has probably felt that George Bailey is one of real captaincy material. And that's the reason they have blooded him right away tomorrow, as not only being the captain of the Australian cricket team, but also giving him on his debut, making him the Australian captain. And that is great credit for George Bailey, and I wish him best of luck. Now, as far as the Australian team is concerned, the T20 clashes which has happened between Australia and India have always been even. It has been 2 each. In fact, Australia has won 2, India has won 2. Now, looking at the Australian composition, David Warner is such a dasher, and T20 is something that he relishes. And David Warner is in some very great form, so that's not good news for India. Shaun Marsh is there, but Shaun Marsh has been struggling of late, struggling in the test matches, but whether he can recreate some form here and probably get things going, that's something to see. There are no big names. There's no Ponting, there's no Clark. It's our own Finch, who has been doing very well in the Australian domestic circuit. It's a very good batsman. He also did well in the Champions League T20 when it was played in India against, as you know. And then it's David Hussey, who would be chipping in with his right arm off spin, and is also his big hitting prowess that he actually holds. Now, Travis Bird is one who has scored heavily in Australian domestic season, and also in the Big Bash League he was a great hit. And let me tell you, Travis Bird is a very burly guy who, if he hits the ball, it not only stays hit, it goes a long way over the stadium. Mitchell Marsh has already proved his all-round credentials. He did very well in the Big Bash League. And they also have Daniel Christian, who is also another good all-rounder. Then Matthew Wade will be the wicketkeeper. Brad Haddin has lost his place to Matthew Wade, wicketkeeper. And then the success stories as far as Australia is concerned now in the Big Bash League, what was really being talked about was the people who are above 40 did very well. One was Brad Hogg, the left-arm spinner, and Stuart McGill, the right-arm leg spinner, did well. So that's the precise reason now Brad Hogg has been coaxed out of retirement, I would say, and he has been pushed into the limelight once again. At the age of 40, he has proved that age is not a bar for cricket, and that's what Brad Hogg is going to bring in tomorrow. Brett Lee is the express bowler, so he is the most experienced player in the whole team. And then they have James Faulkner, who will be making his debut tomorrow in the T20 version, and with his very good pace bowling abilities that he has. Looking at the Indian team, now Indian team, what Mahendra Singh Dhoni has said is that the scenario is going to be different because there are a lot of youngsters, so young legs, and the fielding is going to really sharpen up. And he feels there's a lot of enthusiasm there in the team because they are all youngsters pulling each other's legs, and there's a lot of fun there. And probably the Indian youth is just waiting to enjoy the moment. Now, whether India can really turn the table here and put up a good performance and just wipe off the memory that they had, the memory loss they had as far as the test matches is concerned, is going to be the moot point. Now, Virendra Sehwag is another Australia would be really loving to see the back of him, because if he gets going, it's going to be cracker stuff. Gautam Gambhir would be opening with him. He's also a very good T20 player. And then they have one drop, Virat Kohli, who's in some great form, and he did splendidly well in this tour of Australia compared to others. And then Suresh Raina brings in that sort of a utility to the team, because he will be contributing in all the departments of the game. One is batting, the bowling, and the fielding. And Suresh Raina is a typical T20 player. Rohit Sharma is another one who would be definitely liking to get into some form here, and he's also a very good T20 player. Mahendra Singh Dhoni, well, he leads by example, so there's nothing to really talk about. Ravindra Jadeja, he's another bits and pieces player, will contribute all the way. And what is going to be interesting to see is whether India is going to bring in the left arm swing bowler Irfan Pathan, who is making a comeback, already made a comeback I would say, but probably on this Australian pitches, Irfan Pathan, to see him there, that would be great, because that's experience for India. Ravichandran Ashwin, who has been doing very well in the IPL, as you know, and he's a very good T20 bowler, and Mahendra Singh Dhoni has lots of confidence in him. Now, Praveen Kumar coming back into the fold, that is going to really perk up the Indians, because Praveen Kumar is such a bowler. He can bowl miserly, and he can also keep the runs away, and he will pick up wickets to create some troublesome situations for the opposition. Vinay Kumar, well, he couldn't do well in the test matches. He suffered under the punitive blade of David Warner's 180. Whether he is going to do something different. Umesh Yadav, who has been impressive as far as this tour is concerned, but whether in the T20 format Umesh Yadav is able to conjure up something and really set things for India. So that's what is going to be really seen. And as I said, it's even right now. 2 matches played by India, 2 matches won by Australia, 2 matches won by India, and we are looking out for a great spectacle of cricket as far as T20 is concerned. T20 is the in thing nowadays, and as you know, the World T20 is approaching. So, and this will be the time for both the teams to really get in, because there's not going to be the World T20 is coming in September, but before that there's not going to be a lot of T20 cricket for India. So India would be definitely liking to get things right here. But as far as Australia is concerned, what is going to be seen, as I said, it's an young team, a youthful team full of exuberance. So both the teams have a lot of enthusiasm and exuberant youngsters there, and over and above that, the new captain George Bailey. Watch out for the captain George Bailey. I'm definitely watching out for Captain George Bailey, because there's a lot of been written about his captaincy skills. And as I said, T20 is such a game where you have to think on your feet, and probably David Bailey has it, and that's the precise reason the Australian selectors have gone for George Bailey. Now, wish him good luck, but we are going to have a good game of cricket, and that's what makes cricket all the more interesting. That's it from me, your host Ram, for the Cricket Happening show for today. Look out for me tomorrow with a full match report on the first T20 match between India and Australia, starting tomorrow at the Homebush Stadium here in Sydney. That's it from me, your host Ram, for the Cricket Happening show. See you all tomorrow. Thank you.